Hey guys, welcome back. It's recap time from last week, so I'm gonna try it out. We're gonna try out the recap videos on the Tuesday. There will be another opening tonight, so make sure you guys stick around, stay tuned for that. It's gonna be later on, same time every week. That's what we're doing. So maybe this will serve as a little bit of an advertisement for the fact that there's going to be an open on Tuesday evening. Yeah, get in there. We're gonna do Milk Fest tonight. If the preview should already be up, so I didn't want to spoil it for anyone, pun intended. So let's go to the recap from Fusion Strike last week, last Tuesday. This bad boy put us in our place. We the previous to this one, the previous Fusion Strike opening, we hit it big. We absolutely slammed it. And this is where this is important. Okay, sure, I lost my ass on that last opening. It sucked. I got absolutely the Fusion Strike ran train on me really bad, as we're about to see. But this is important because people seem to, there's this weird like confirmation bias in Pokemon with everything. Somebody will open a 3-pack blister, they'll get something sick nasty, and they'll be like, damn it, this is the best thing I've ever opened. What is going on here? Sweet doo-doo daddy galore. All right, so yeah, spoiler alert, the stack of cards, not good for 200 packs. We opened 200 packs of Fusion Strike last week. We didn't hit the big boy overtime, the mini overtime, but it's okay. That's all right. We still got a couple hours in. We got a couple hundred packs in, and I got a few cards that I needed. You'll see those are in the double sleevers. If anyone wants to try out the KM, I highly recommend. Not sponsored by, but the KMC Perfect Fits and the KMC Hyper Mats that I use. I think they're the best sleeves. Binders, dex protection. There's links to all that stuff down below. But if you want to try it out, the binders I think is a preference thing. There's other great binders, but in terms of the Perfect Fits, KMC all the way, baby, all day, every day. All right, so 200 packs, one alternate art. Ouch, my wallet, my everlasting wallet. We got the Celebi though, so at least we can shove it in Cool Trainer Ryan's butt. But that's what we got. Why am I putting it face down? I'm going to hide it from you guys. Like, you don't want to look at it for the rest of the video. It's going to be the only alt art that you're going to see in this video. Spoiler alert. And if you want to watch the opening itself, there will be a link down below. Or maybe I'll put it up here in case you want to kill some time before the opening. The next opening. Milk Fest 95. All right, one secret rare in the entire 200 packs. Sweet, right? For some reason, we pulled more full arts than your grandmother knits doilies in her spare time. Like this, it was insane. I don't know why or how, but we found a nice clump of full arts. And no, the products were separate. The packs were kind of salvaged from multi-pack products. I think all of them were from tins. I believe all of these were from mini tins. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as we look through here. So. All right, I guess we have to note the fact that we didn't get any hyper rares in 200 packs, so that's a thing. That is absolutely a thing. Yeah, if you want to watch the last Fusion Strike opening, that dumped on this. Full arts, 16 full arts, 10 Pokemon and 6 trainers. So let's slam all these bad boys out. We got the full art squad. We got more Chandelures than we know what to do with. I guess we got to put all 3 of them up at the top here, because why not? We did get a dupe on the Mew. I guess that's probably the full art that you want to be aiming for. Maybe the Genesect as a second place. I don't know if there's any other full arts, like full art Pokemon, that are better than that. But also, I got to work on my lighting here. We'll use the power of my hand to block some of that mega glare, especially when these bad boys. Sydney also definitely not the full art trainer that you want to be hitting. Although even like Shauna is not very expensive. Last I checked, I don't know. It seemed like there might have been a buyout or something on that. I don't know if a certain Star Wars enthusiast was picking some of those up. But yeah, here's the 3 cards that I needed. We got a Greedent. We somehow got 2 Greedents that I needed. The full art ones. I've opened a jillion packs of Fusion Strike. Someone asked me how many packs I've opened. I don't know. I don't want to count. If somebody wants to go back and check all the videos, they should be all mostly, if not all, in the Fusion Strike opening playlist. We got Mew, we got Greedent, and we got the Alessa Sparkle right in the end there. Still need the rainbow one of that, which is crazy. She doesn't like me. She's not a fan of the channel. She does not like code cards apparently. And then V's up the butt. We have 19 V's, which I know we're gonna say, Rattle, those don't count as hits because they're only Pokemon V, but yeah, they do. We're counting them. We absolutely are. I love that Tyranitar. I love the like sound waves or whatever they're going around them. A couple Genesects. Those are pretty sick nasty if you're building a Mew deck, although easily countered at this point, at this day and age. Greedent. We got the Rillaboom. So not that many VMAXs. We've seen openings too in recent times. I think it was one of the Evolving Skies ones that we hit VMAX galore. And then the barely noteworthy. We didn't really get any cool errors or anything, but we did get a crimped Bunnelby. Happy boy with the moon. That's me after I pulled my Moonbrew on. That's what I looked like. So, all right, let's fan these bad boys out. I am going to let's check off what we need to check off, and then we'll get into slapping these bad boys in the binder. But before we do, I got to remind you guys, go to psapikachu.com and order your Pokemon product. If you're watching this at the time, you might want to get on the pre-orders for Paldea Evolved. Mostly just the fact that it seems like there's going to be a little bit of a shortage, a little bit of a cut in the allocations to game stores. So I think a pre-order is probably, usually, you know, if it wasn't an issue, I would say, you know, pre-order it maybe like a lot closer to the date of release. But this one getting a little sketchy. We got PSA Pikachu is under 100 boxes now at this point. So it might be, you might need to keep an eye on that if you want stuff on release. I'm sure they'll trickle out more products, or if you don't care if it's a booster box, then you can probably wait a little bit longer. But yeah. Also, if you're in Canada, we got dozecards.ca. You can use code RATTLE5 on there to get 5% off. They have pre-orders as well. So for the Canadians, dozecards.ca. For the Americans, psapikachu.com. There's no code required on psapikachu.com. Those links are always down below in the video descriptions. Every single one of them. At least all the new ones should definitely have it. But if not, you join the Discord. All right. Enough said. Enough promo-age. Let's get into the checklist. And here we have it, the very skimpy list. We somehow didn't pull a Serena V full art. So, I mean, at this point, I'm probably going to grab the singles. Unfortunately, we did not get that Mew VMAX. Well, maybe I'll hold off on the Mew VMAX. I don't know if there's anything that I'm going to open that'll have Fusion Strike in it. So maybe we hold off on buying them. But I think that's probably the final, like, big opening stream that we'll do. Just not missing that many cards. We'll check off the Mew. We'll check off the Greedent, and we'll check off the Alessa Sparkle. Kind of cool that they're all right next to each other on the checklist of missing cards that I needed. Chandelier VMAX, Hyper Rare, just not happening. And I guess these other three trainers in the Hyper Rare variety, also not happening because we just straight up did not pull any Hyper Rares. So that was a thing. That was definitely a thing. Wait, we had some other little notes here. So I guess we got to go through the fact. I know you guys were waiting for the math. You're like, what the hell? You skipped the math part. We had 43 total hits, V or better, in 300 packs. So if we take 43 divided by 300, we get 0.14 repeating threes. 14% of the hits, or not of the hits, 14% of the packs had a V or better in them. And if we take that 0.143333 and multiply it by 36, we got 5.16 hits per 36 packs. So we got a boner box. We got boned in the box. It was bad. But again, that's the thing. It averages out. Last time it was sick nasty to the extreme. This time, not so great. I will note that these packs all came from the same products as the last Fusion opening, which was those mini tins. So quite certain that every single one of them came from that, all from same wave, I guess you wouldn't want to call it. But this is the case where someone is going to be like, Rattle, I opened so many packs and they sucked, mean wiener babies. And I'm like, guys, sometimes it happens. This stuff is hard to pull. I mean, it's volatile as hell if you're not opening like some insane amount. Like the average person does not open 200 packs. So, and even if they did open 200 packs, you can see here how they would easily be skewed into thinking, or duped into thinking that they got robbed because the hits weren't in there, or they were god packs in the previous opening. So like, not saying that it doesn't happen where they mess up at the factory and they printed too many. Well, we saw it. Fusion Strike is like the prime example for this. We had like the Canadian God boxes where they accidentally overloaded the hit slot with the hypers and the B-maxes and stuff like that. But even without that, if we take that out of the equation, the oopsie doopsies, then you can see here how even with a couple hundred packs, you can get boned, or you can look like an absolute super duper hero. But that's it. All right, let's get the binders out. All right, I know what you're thinking. What the hell? Binders? You're going to get binders out? Yeah, we have multiple binders. It wouldn't fit in the 480 card binder that I usually put all the new sets that are quite large into. So we got two 360 card binders for this bad boy. It is a monster. We're going to go through the first binder, even though the first binder is entirely 100% complete. I should also mention the fact that I haven't looked into the Electrode, the Galaxy Hollow one, which I think I do have. And then the Dragapult and the Galarian Obstagoon. I got to figure out where those came from. It's also a good thing to double check on like Bulbapedia to see what the variants are for the set. Because sometimes Pokelector is a little bit slow or just never ends up adding the variants to the binder. So as a double checker, we'll go through and do that. So just want to make sure you guys get to embrace, since this is probably going to be one of the last times that we flip through this in terms of progress, and maybe once it's complete, and then we can do like a full binder profile. But man, that is a satisfying. I mean, it would be more satisfying if it all fit in one binder, but pretty satisfying to flip through here, to have all the hollows, or not the hollows, but all the regular versions of the cards, all the reverse versions of the cards. Kind of wish that they were mapped out a little bit better to fit in like the 4-pocket ones. If the V's were like outside of the set, that would kind of solve that issue. In terms of like not end up like staggering these, even in the 4-pocket ones. Sometimes you end up with a V that doesn't have a V max or whatever, and it'll offset the perfect alignment to have all of them next to each other. But that's just it's part of the game, I guess. You can see here this binder is mighty plump, we'll call it. Not medium thick, full on full of Pokemon trading cards. I'm doing pretty good, and I'm glad that I have been keeping up and acquiring all the reverses. That is, I think, in the long term going to be the biggest headache. I mean, people usually take good care of the chase cards, and you can find those not easily. I mean, definitely easily, but just more expensively, I guess, if we want to make up words. We get the Latias, the Latios, some of my favorite Mons. At least among my favorite legendaries, if not my, my favorite legendaries are. Maybe them? Probably. They're pretty cool. We got the Halucha Page, the Hamster VMAX. I think I was missing that for the longest time too. So there's always just like weird cards that will haunt you, even though they're not rare, even though they're not expensive. Sometimes you just can't pull them. All right, how we doing here? What we need? We need the 250, and I will go through after and see if I have any upgrades in terms of like condition. All right, I don't know why it took me so long to figure out where this went, because usually your full art goes before your alt art. We got the Mew, so we managed to get all the Mews in the set, even though they were definitely evading us. They were playing hide and go seek a little bit. Another Celebi for the Celebi collection. 256. We got the Greedent V full art right there. Very cool. And then we need the Alessa Sparkle, which is number 260, which is also right on this page. So like these two pages here filling out nicely. What is it? The Serena that comes? Yeah, it's the Serena that comes after the Celebi. So had we pulled that Serena, then we would have made some progress there, but we didn't because we suck. And again, we get into what is before the Inteleon VMAX? 256. That's the Chandelure goes there. It's always so weird when there's certain cards that don't have hypers or alt arts or whatever. Oh my god, our Rainbow Greedent is trying to escape. You get back in there, you little guy. There's our beautiful Espeon and Gengar right next to each other. Definitely the chasey boys of the set. And And then on the final page here, what are we missing after the fluffy? Oh, that's the power tablet. Man, stupid power tablet ruining that last page. But essentially, that's it. That's all. We'll go back to the back end of the binder here. Take a look at some of the. So we have Landorus Awulu, but we don't have those other ones that I'm gonna have to take a look, and I'll also take a look at Bulbapedia to see if there's other ones that I need. Hopefully, nothing too crazy in terms of like staff promos and crap like that ended up being pretty expensive, but we'll see what we got. We'll see if it's real close. We might have to just polish this bad boy off, but sucks mean wiener to still need that Mew VMAX. Thanks for tuning in to another little recap here. Love you guys. Join the Discord. See you next time. Bye.